Tune in, rev it up, let's take a spin. The world reports where
I
the
wonder
fun
if this
begins.
is a real voice
From
or AI
handlebars
voice.
to world affairs.
Can they make music
Rick and Joe
that's
are
just
taking you there. It's the
put some
ride
buttons
of your
in it?
life. Come
Yeah,
on,
I assume
don't
so.
hide.
computer singing?
Rick and
I
Joe,
assume so.
it's a wild, wild ride.
Got the sniffles.
Nipple that way. Nipple that way.
It's a wild, wild ride.
This is the Rick and Joe T. It's going blurry again.
It is?
It's back. This is the Rick and Joe T. World Report coming to you. I think
Almost live from the CHUMP
I think the
studio.
camera's having a hard
Welcome
time.
to the World Report with Rick Fairless
Yay.
and Joe T.
Do I need to go over and wave my hand in front of it again?
No. I think it's good.
Okay.
Rick and Joe T. World Report coming to you almost live from almost downtown Dallas in the powerful
falling
CHUMP studio, where the current time is. What time is it, Joe?
1:45.
1:45. Looked at my watch, it was 1:45. I said, ooh, Ricky, baby, you know what to do. That's the theme song of girls I went to high school with.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I would bet big money that that's not true.
Something like that.
Oh, well, let's get that out. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way.
Yeah.
No wagering.
No wagering.
Nothing we say can be taken seriously.
Nope.
Some of it may be true.
Or it may not be
Some
true.
of it may not be.
That's right. And
But don't
it's-
be spreading it around.
it's not a politically correct show. Sometimes Joe T uses the F word.
I do not.
Don't start today.
I say bullshit every once in a while.
There he's on a roll.
That's
So,
it.
This is
I have to call bullshit on you sometimes.
not on this show. You don't.
Yes, I do.
Show number 5.
Is this 5?
Yeah. So by the time you hear this, it'll be Thanksgiving. Bessler's busy. He's busy.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of things on his plate.
That's what you tell me, too. When I call you, you say you're busy.
I'm busy. Busy. Yeah, the
And
lighting's
if truth be known, you're napping.
the lighting's not right because I look all dark and obviously you're wearing white. Maybe it's reflecting.
Did you notice my hamster shirt?
I did. It looks like they're standing at the urinal. That's why I don't like it. It looks like they're standing at the urinal.
That's not true.
It's what it looks like.
It's a bunch of guys standing on Hamster Hill, just like during the
What does it look
Saturday
like?
night thing.
It looks like they're standing at the urinal peeing.
No, they're not.
It looks like
It
it.
does not.
I know it's not. I'm just saying it looks like it.
Harlan had these shirts made.
Well, it still looks like they're standing at the urinal.
But what are you saying? Are you saying you wouldn't stand at the urinal next to your hamster buddies?
Well, I'd rather not. I'd rather not stand at a urinal next to anybody if you want to know the truth.
Okay.
So the other day I went into the bank Friday.
I thought you were going to say the other day I went into the bathroom.
Oh, I got so little to work with over here. I went to the bank. You know, banks have really changed.
Yeah.
Used to, you would go into the bank, and I banked at Southwest Bank and Trust in Irving for years.
Yeah.
You'd go in. It was a big, massive deal. So the first floor, you got tellers all the way across, and then you got some offices of, the people for new accounts and stuff.
And loan officers and things.
And then it had an upstairs with like the loan officers' offices and the bank, officers' offices up there. And I mean, it was a nice deal. So now you go to the bank, and I went in the other day, and I gave them, we made a bunch of deposits, and then I needed some ones. And I gave them the deal, and it said I needed 1,000 ones. Okay,
Yeah.
I've gotten 1,000 ones 8,000 times.
Okay.
And the lady looks at that, and she goes back, and she said, "We don't keep that kind of money in the bank. We don't keep that kind of ones in the bank." And I reached over to her, and she reached over to me, and I said, "I I thought this was a bank. What do you mean you don't got 1,000 ones?
They really did not have 1,000.
Did not.
What'd
She
you
gave
do?
me 300. Then she said, you can go to this other location. I called them. They have it. You need in the future, you need to order change. Like I said, I'm in the bar business. I need ones, fives, tens, and quarters on the weekends.
Yeah.
She said, which I've done forever, 30 years.
Same bank, and then all of a sudden they didn't.
Well, it's the banks are downsizing, and everybody's doing that Zelly and PayPal and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Are you with me? Or are you distracted?
I'm distracted.
Well, stop. Stop.
Cheryl, she's buying Bundy some boots. You know what size he's wearing?
No.
13.
She's the big boy.
Anyway.
He's a big boy. So I went to the other branch to get the ones, right?
Okay.
So I walk in there. There's 3 tellers lined up there. All 3 had masks on.
Are you kidding me?
They were side by side tellers. All 3 had masks on. So I'm looking around.
Were they robbing the place?
No, they had masks on. And so when it got to me, my turn up there, I recognized the one girl. She's been there for a while. And I said, why are y'all wearing masks? And they all looked up. They looked at each other, and they looked at me. And she goes, well, we've had some sickness going around. And I went like this. I backed up, went like that. I'm thinking, you're counting money out. I got to take it and touch it with my hands.
Well, money's
now.
the nastiest thing there is.
It is. But it's just that banks are not the same. They are not this. They're not the same as they were 5 years ago or 10 years ago.
I'm pissed at them. I have been pissed at them because every once in a while I'll need a cashier's check. I'm buying something or doing something. I'll need a cashier's check. You have to make an appointment.
You do.
To go get a cashier's check that's your money. I mean, you just, like you said, you walk up. I need a cashier's check for X.
My buddy Rick Eliason the other day was telling me that he made a deal to buy a vehicle for his house in Colorado.
Yeah.
And it was $12,000. He told the guy he'd pay him cash. He goes to the bank and he said, I need $12,000 out of my account. He said they freaked out. They don't keep that kind of money at the bank.
Yeah.
They told him to come back on Wednesday.
Yeah.
This was on a Friday.
Oh, I know. Well, we wire money all the time.
It's
in the process we have to go through.
I think cash is going away.
It is. It's all going to be on your card. You're either going to have a card or something.
But it's going to outlive. I mean, I don't know. I'm a cash guy.
Me too.
When I play golf, I pay cash. The only thing I use charge is fuel, so you don't have to go inside.
Right.
And then if I go out to eat on the company card, then I charge it to that.
Yeah.
Other than that, I pay cash.
I've got where I use my card all the time. Just because I always have some cash on me.
I remember one time me and you went to play golf at maybe it was Cowboys. Or maybe it was Grapevine. I don't remember. It was Cowboys.
Hey, this thing ain't working.
None of them's working?
None of them.
You just played it 2 minutes ago when we started.
I can't help it.
So we went, remember we stopped at the donut place and I went in there and we got like 3 donuts.
Yeah.
And it was it was credit card only.
Yeah.
And I said, what do you mean you don't take cash? Joe, go wave your hand. Oh, no, there it is. I waved my hand and it went. That's where you got problems with this equipment.
Yeah. Yeah, and not only are I think we're going to go away from credit cards. We're going to crypto.
I don't know nothing about crypto.
At some point, we're going to do away with money.
What is crypto's not something you hold in your hand, right?
No, it's something that'll be on a card or in an account somewhere.
What's the other big one? They have crypto and then they have something else that's money.
I think it was different types of crypto.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
but don't you wish you'd have bought some of that crypto early on?
I don't know nothing about it.
Seriously, you could have bought. You could
say that about Apple or any of them.
No, but it's not a stock. It's just it's really no different than our money. I mean, your money is not worth the paper it's written on.
virtual money.
It's virtual. Well, your dollar bill is virtual money too. It's just that, so it's the same thing. But you could have bought that virtual money for, say, $1 a piece, and now that $1 is worth $80,000. Don't you wish you'd have bought $1,000 at $1 a piece?
I don't know anything about that.
I wish I had.
I don't know anything about that crypto, or there's another one too.
Why
Another
is this thing acting
form.
up?
Why don't you turn it off and turn it back on?
I don't know how to turn it off.
Look here on the side. What is all that?
I don't know.
Start pushing them. That's
You
what
are
I do.
fake.
Wait, there it is. Now it's working again for some reason.
I think you got that wrong.
You are fake news.
Bessler,
Bessler, he's struggling.
you're killing me.
He's struggling, Bessler.
Okay.
But I was just shocked at the difference. Remember when you went into the bank, they had those big islands where you could fill out your paper or your deposit
Well, and they treated you
slips.
with respect.
And they were dressed nice, you know. And
Now,
now they still dress nice. I take that back. They still dress nice at the bank.
Well,
But it's just
they
it's,
still act like you're annoying them.
But every time you go in, it's different tellers. You
Yeah.
know, maybe there's one that's still there, but you know, I was telling the girls at the bank on Friday, I said, I've been banking here for many years, and the lady said, so do you remember the old days? And I said, I remember the old days at this bank before you were born.
Right.
You know, and it's every time I come in there, it's different people. Every time they bring in a branch manager, they're gone.
Yeah. Well, like I say, and they act like anytime you go in there, you're annoying them. Wait a minute. I have to get up and I have to talk to you. Yeah, you have my money here. I want it. But they're all like that. You move from one to another, it's the same damn thing.
With as much money as you have in banks, you still get treated the same way?
Yeah.
I think they treat everybody that way.
Although sometimes it does change. Not that I've got that much money, but every once in a while I'll go in and I'll be dressed like this, or I'm not quite dressed as bad as you are, but
Well, thank you.
I'll go in and I'll go, hey, I need a cashier's. Is it acting up again?
Yeah, I fixed it.
Anyway, I'll say I need a cashier's check, or, you know, I need to get some cash or something. And they go, okay, and they act all annoyed.
Louie's leaving the shop now.
And then they'll pick up, they make you give them your, like, debit card.
I
before
don't
they'll
even own a
talk to
debit
you.
card.
Well, I have to give them my debit card. They slid it through the deal. Then a lot of times their eyes will get big and go, oh, okay. And
Oh,
then they're
this
a little,
guy's not as stupid as he
he
looks.
Yeah. This guy must have inherited money.
So I got a gag with my wife, right?
Oh, no.
So this gag with my wife is, you know, you remember when they came
Wait,
out with...
okay, Bessler, put up the flag. Run the flag up, Bessler.
Run the flag up. I thought you were going to find me one on...
I looked.
Somebody that's listening, find us one of those ponchos, raise the flags that we can get here.
I got on eBay. I got on the internet. I looked. I couldn't find one.
So this would be, you know, so my wife and I get along really good. You know, she knows I'm full of baloney. She knows I'm full of
If she
baloney.
don't by now.
So when we were, you know, this was maybe a few years ago when we were watching these, you know, you first started getting Netflix and all of that.
Yeah, the pay-per-view stuff.
The pay-per-view stuff. She said, hey, there's a new pay-per-view channel I signed us up for because it's got some good shows on it. I said, what's it called? And she said, Hulu. And I said, Hulu. And she said, it's a funny name, isn't it? And I said, well, you want to hear the story about the name Hulu? She turned her head and looked at me, and I said, actually, they were going to call it Hullabaloo when I came up and met with the people and called it.
You did not tell her.
I did. I suggested the name Hulu. And she said, and you still got to pay for your service. So now whenever it's Hulu, you know, she'll say,
Your channel's
turn
on.
it over to something on Hulu, and I'll turn it over there, and I'll say, did I ever tell you? And she'll say, don't start that shit. Don't start that.
You say, no cussing.
No cussing for me. Don't start that mess. Don't start that.
So did she squeal?
Oh, yeah, that's the whole point, is to get her to squeal, roll her eyes or something.
Hey, I got a thing here. Okay, this is that thing I was telling you about. You know, like last time we did the deal, what have you done? You get so many points. Hey, get your pad out. We got to keep track.
Hit the crickets while you're talking.
No.
Go ahead.
Okay. This is, and you get so many points.
Are you keeping track of your points?
No, you got to keep track of both.
Oh, me.
So
Okay.
do a T
Okay, here's a T.
and an R.
Okay. Which one's me? Go ahead.
Why don't you go with the R?
Okay, I'll go with the R.
You mean to tell them what RF stands for?
No, I want you to tell them what the T stands for.
Tim,
Okay, then why do I call you Joe?
because that's my first name, Joe Tim.
Joe Tim.
Yeah.
I could change it from, I changed it from Tim
To
to Joe
Joe.
T to Joe, then Joe T. I could start calling you Joe Tim.
Let's don't. Let's pass on that.
Just stick with Joe T. Okay,
Because if you do, I'm going to start calling you the real RF.
it's only real in your mind. That's as real as me inventing the word Hulu.
That's true.
I mean, think
But if
about
I
it.
get it out
they
there-
wanted to call it Hullabaloo, and I said, that's not going to, how are you going to put Hullabaloo when all the different servers are up there? You got the little bitty ones, and then
Okay.
you got, I said, why
You are
don't
fake
you,
news.
This is
Take
fake
it.
news.
go
Okay,
ahead.
What this is to, depending on how many points you get, whether you're a real Texan. There's a wannabe, a greenhorn, true Texan, or a flag-waving Texan. Is that messing up again?
Yeah, it keeps going blurry on us.
Maybe it's you. Maybe if you'd comb your hair.
Maybe it's me.
I was going to say, maybe
You
it's
look
that
blurry
hair.
too. Go ahead.
Anyway, so all these different foods, you get 1 point for every one that you've eaten. Okay? You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Have you eaten chicken fried steak?
Every person in Texas is eating chicken fried steak.
Well-
So we both get a point?
We both get a point. I
Okay.
actually had chicken fried steak for lunch.
You did.
It was good.
In anticipation of this show.
I've had it before.
Okay, go
Now,
ahead.
where's the best chicken fried steak you've ever had in your life?
Where was it?
Babes.
Babes is good. It's not the best I've ever had.
I don't know.
If you go to like the Four Seasons,
Nah, I
the
still
Fo-
like Babes.
The Four Seasons has got a good one.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't eat at those highfalutin places like you do.
Well, that's why they don't recognize you when you go in the bank.
Okay.
When I go in there, they recognize me. Hey, look, there's that dumbass again.
Here comes that homeless guy that thinks he's got some money.
Go ahead.
Corn dogs. Have you ever had a corn dog?
Okay. It's
Okay.
just repetitive.
Okay, now I'm out on this one. You might have done fried okra.
I love fried okra.
I'm out.
You don't like fried okra?
No, I've never had it, and I don't want to
That's
try
what I
it.
eat when we go up to Anderson's.
I know.
like fried okra.
It's awful.
It's
It just
wonderful.
looks awful.
It's good.
Okra is slimy and yucky.
Not when they cook it crisp. They fry it. Fried okra.
Enchiladas.
Okay.
We both get one of those.
Okay.
A bowl of chili.
I'm killing you. I'm up by one.
Crispy tacos.
Still up by one.
Okay. Breakfast tacos.
I'm barely got that one, but I got it.
Okay. Pico de gallo.
Still got you by one.
Yeah. Okay. Frito pie.
I love
I
Frito
do
pie.
too. Brisket. We're both in on brisket. Ribs. We're both in on ribs. Queso. We're both in on queso. Okay.
Hold on, I didn't get some of yours down. I think I'm up by 7 points now.
You're cheating.
You're going too fast. You skipped right past them.
We all get these. So far, let's just say you're up by one because there's only one thing I haven't eaten.
Okay.
Fried pork
That's
chops.
not what the numbers say. But
Fried
okay.
pork chops.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to lose on this one, but a technical loss. I know you've had this because you've told me about it more times than I care to remember. Fried bologna.
You don't eat fried bologna?
I eat regular bologna. I don't fry it. I eat it regular.
Your mom didn't fry you
no,
bologna
she'd
when
take
you
it
were
out
a
of the
kid?
pack, slap it on a piece of bread.
What we did was mom would slap it in a
I know.
skillet.
You've told me.
Oh, fried bologna is one of the best things ever.
Don't you?
Joe.
Didn't you have a bologna sandwich
We
up
still
here?
do. We still have a fried bologna sandwich.
But isn't it thick?
It's thick, yeah.
Yeah. I've never had fried bologna.
Oh, fried bologna's awesome. Will you
I
put
ate
a
it.
piece of cheese on it while it's on the skillet and it kind of melts
Nope.
into it? Oh, it's good.
Bread, mayonnaise, uncooked bologna, cheese, another piece of bread.
Okay, so you had a chump sandwich is what you had.
My
Go
mom
ahead.
just didn't want to fry
I think
it.
I'm up by 6
You're
now.
only up by 2.
2?
Sopapillas. We both like sopapillas.
Okay.
Fried chicken, we've had that. Fajitas. Okay, here's one I may catch back up on. Oysters.
I had one.
I don't think one counts.
Remember, you were with me.
Where
It
were
was
we
a
at?
raw oyster. We were at
I love raw oysters.
the fish camp. What was the name of the fish camp in Daytona?
Fish
JB's Fish Camp.
would never remember JB's.
It
I
was
remember
called
Fish
JB's
Camp.
Fish Camp, and we were shooting my bike for the cover of the magazine. It was me and Joe
Where's that
T.
picture? That picture's here somewhere.
I don't know. And
There it is.
yeah, it was there.
Yeah.
So you had all these girls around. So Michael Lichter, he is the Tom Landry of motorcycle photographers. He was eating. He had ordered raw oysters.
I ate them.
And he said, try one, Rick. And I said, Mike, I really don't want to try one. And he said, Rick, once in your life, try one. So I did. He said, you just
Did you
swallow
dip it in the sauce? Did you do the sauce and all
No,
that?
I think I just swallowed. It has
Well, there's the
zero
problem.
taste. Zero taste.
You dip it in the...
So I ate one.
Okay. I don't think that one counts.
I've had one.
I
There you
eat a
go.
dozen
Another
at a
number for
time.
me.
Okay.
You're still 6
I'm sure-
behind.
Okay. I've never done this one. Maybe fried rabbit.
No,
Okay.
I ain't from
So I didn't catch up
Arkansas.
anywhere. Ice cream. We got the homemade ice cream. We used to
Please.
make homemade ice cream, yeah. This is an easy one. Hot link sandwich.
I eat that. The hot link sandwich is called a Ricky's Hot Link over here.
Yeah, it's good too.
It is
You've
good.
got really good food here.
We do.
You know?
I know we do. We do.
You know what my favorite is?
Tom
The
Landry.
Tom Landry.
I had
That's
the
a-
Marilyn Monroe for lunch today.
I should have had a Tom. I mean, the chicken fried steak sandwich I had today was good, but I had the Tom
Well, you got to
Landry yesterday.
change it up a little bit.
Yeah, that Tom Landry is really good.
Okay, I'm still up by 6.
No, you're not. You're up by like 2.
No, that's not what the numbers say,
No.
Joe. I'm looking at them right here.
Chili dog,
Oh,
pecan
please.
pie. We both had jalapeno poppers. Oh, I'm going to get you here in a minute. Refried beans, you've had those. Goulash. Did your mom make goulash?
Yeah, and I can't stand it.
I love it. I make a good goulash,
I can't stand it
but you've had it.
a million times, and I can't stand it. I pick the noodle. I don't like pasta. The noodles.
Pasta?
Is that what it's called?
No,
What's it called?
pasta.
How's it spelled? P-O?
P-A.
Pasta is spelled P-A!
It's
Pa,
P.
pa, pa.
It's pasta.
Pasta.
You must have grew up in Irving.
There you go. No,
Because in the real world,
I'm looking at the numbers, Joe.
in the real
You're
world,
way
like,
behind.
we're not done.
Oh, you're not done.
Guacamole.
Okay.
Have you had that? I've had that. I don't think you've ever had this. Shrimp bruschetta.
Bruschetta.
Yeah,
That's-
shrimp bruschetta.
Shrimp bruschetta. So that's shrimp on tomato bread?
It's shrimp on toast.
Okay, I'll give you one there.
Okay, I just got picked one
You're
up.
down by 5.
I doubt you've had this, and I don't think I have. Fried gator.
No,
Okay.
nobody gets a point there.
Pinto beans, that's an easy one. Ranch style beans, that's an easy one. This is one you're probably not going to believe. I've never had this. Funnel cake.
Oh, I love funnel cake.
Never had funnel cake.
You don't eat
Why did you put down 5?
because I've had it like 50 times.
You only get 1 point, stupid.
Stupid. He just called me stupid. Hey, look,
You're a
it's
cheater and you're
It's blurry again. Joe, go wave your hand. It's blurry again.
I think it's you.
it's you too.
I think it's your hair that keeps making it
It's
fuzzy.
blurry. Wave
Okay.
your arm in front of
Hold
it.
on.
Why does it do that? Okay. Oh, Bessler.
It's not focusing good.
Yeah,
Are
the
we fact
focus.
focused?
It's like the
Okay.
the old joke where the two girls were going to get their picture made.
Yeah.
You know, the photographer's looking through the deal, and then he has the thing he throws over his head.
Yeah.
So he throws it over his head, and he's looking through the camera, and the girl said, "You see what he did?" And she said, "Yeah." And she said, "What's he fixing to do?" And she said, "Focus." And she said, "Bofus." I told you it wasn't politically correct.
That is pretty good.
I told you. Joe brings it out in me. I never do that stuff. He brings it out in me.
I've heard that
All
joke
of a
from
sudden, I'm 12 again.
I've heard that joke from you before, but it's probably been 15 years, so I'd forgotten.
I hadn't thought about it in 15 years till you said focus. And I thought, Bofus?
I don't know what's wrong with you.
Wave your hand, Joe. Okay, I got it.
Okay. Okay, the last couple. Filet mignon, we've had that. Fried zucchini. You ever had fried zucchini?
Yeah, I hate it.
Okay. Why do you eat it if you hate it?
I ate it once to figure it out.
So some of this stuff you shouldn't get a point for because you just had it like one time.
Right?
Now you're cheating.
It's not cheating.
And the last one is Texas toast.
I invented
No, you
Texas
did not.
toast.
You did not.
Mr. Dunstan got the idea from me.
No, he did not.
I couldn't afford the skinny
He did
slice,
not.
the labor.
Mr. Dunstan did
I
not.
invented Texas
You
toast.
did not.
I came up with the name. He had
No,
He called
you
it-
had nothing to do with it.
He called it-
invented this before you were born.
he called it fat toast.
No, he-
and I said no,
no.
not fat toast. Texas.
He
toast.
invented Texas toast in 1955. What year were you born?
54.
No. Bullshit. 56. You're born the
56.
same year I was.
Oh yeah, 56.
So he invented Texas toast and called it Texas toast in 55. You had nothing to do. Nothing.
Next thing you go,
Next time we go to I'm going to tell Mr. Dunstan you're taking credit.
now next thing you got to do is tell my wife I didn't really invent the word Hulu. Don't you do that, Joe. Okay,
Does
so
Sue
I
ever going
won.
to watch this show?
I had 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. You had 4.
I know you're cheating because there was only 50. And you've got 60 points. And there was only 50 of them.
Something like that.
Oh.
Oh, I can't.
Now I know what I'm dealing with.
You didn't before.
I should have known. Why did I agree to come back and start doing this again?
You had nothing better to do.
Well, yeah, okay.
How about
that
some
part's true.
slang? I found some of my old notes
Yeah.
that we used to say when we were kids, or the old men would say.
This is not going to be good.
Hubba bub.
Hulu. Somebody said Hulu.
You remember? I had a guy that when I was a young guy and I was running a paint store for Roach Paint. I
Yeah.
had this customer. He was a painter,
No.
and whenever
you had you were running a paint store?
Shut up.
And your customer was a painter?
It's
It's a
ironic.
miracle.
So a
miracle.
good-looking girl would go by because we were in the shopping center, and he'd go hubba bub. Like that. Good-looking girl.
Was that Rosco?
Might as well have been, but no, it wasn't Rosco.
Rosco. Tell him what Rosco used to do. Stick wag his old tongue.
We'd go to the strip joint, totally business oriented.
Yeah.
Totally business oriented. We would go to the strip club on the
You went there for the articles. You weren't looking at anything.
No, Roscoe wanted to go. We'd go to the strip club. These people are going to see a whole new side of me that they think I don't do.
Trust me, they know. Trust me on this one. They
Okay,
know.
the one time I went to a strip club, Roscoe was with me. I was so intimidated by everything around me, I just wanted out of there, okay? And so Roscoe's on the front row.
You know how, wait a minute. You know how I started this show when I said anything we say is not true? That is not true.
Roscoe's waving a $5 bill, and Roscoe's 320 pounds.
Yeah.
East Texas redneck.
Big nose,
Big nose.
wrinkled up.
And the girl would come up because he's got $5, and he'd start, and I was sitting next to him, he'd start wagging his tongue out of there, and I put my hand on his neck, and I said, "Don't do that. Don't do that." He said, "They like it." And I said, I promise you, they like the $5 bill. They don't like you wagging your tongue out of your
They
head.
didn't like Roscoe at all.
No, they did. He was a good tipper.
Well,
Probably
yeah.
tipping Glidden money is what that was.
Yeah. Did you have to pay for that?
Not the tip money, but
Oh.
I mean, it was, this was like this was in the 80s, so it was a different world back then.
It was
but
politically correct.
We had the Glidden credit card, and Rosco was my biggest customer. Well, back then,
Probably one of the biggest customers in the country.
he was.
Because
And
aren't
they
you like the
had-
number one salesman in the
I
country?
was, and he was my
And
number
you only had one
account.
customer, Rosco.
Oh, I had a bunch of customers. He was the biggest one, and he would want to go eat the free lunch. You got a free lunch at Caligula's, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
It was
where.
right over here. It was right here on Northwest Highway,
Oh,
a
yeah.
mile from here.
Yeah.
And we'd go over there for lunch, and that free lunch would cost me $100.
Most of that was beer.
It was mostly beer, yeah. Long time ago.
Yeah. Things have changed.
Things have changed a lot.
That's crazy how the world has gotten to where it is today. Let's talk politics.
No, I was going to tell you, the comments that I got were, don't talk politics, talk motorcycles and old times. That's what the guy said. I was reading it last night. I couldn't sleep last night for nothing.
Really?
I couldn't fall
Oh,
asleep.
man, I did. Slept like a baby.
I couldn't fall asleep.
I very seldom have trouble sleeping. Is it doing it again?
Yeah. Wave your arms, Joe. Wave your arms, Joe. Nope, you got to get up, Joe.
Okay, this is getting old.
This is getting old. We may have to cut this show short. How many minutes are we already? Okay.
You do it?
Yeah, now it went back. It went back. Okay, now it's good. Good.
Good. Okay.
I always forget where's the minute counter on this thing. We're at 32 minutes.
Well, do you want to cut this one short?
Yeah,
If the camera's not working?
well, it works off and on, but 32 minutes is pretty
But you
good.
know, when you think about it, they might prefer to see us blurry.
That might
That
be.
might raise our ratings.
You got anything else?
Just politics.
He's got nothing else.
We can talk about the Cowboys. I didn't realize, you told me the other day, they hired 17 new coaches.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Well, they got
that
rid
just
of-
means they cleaned house.
they cleaned house.
So-
Look, my hand locks up. Look at that.
Here, let me grab it.
Why does it do that?
You're getting old.
I'm already there. You're older than me by May, June, July, August, September.
Not
4
May-
months.
No, it's June, July, August, and then
September.
3 months.
4 months.
3 months.
4 months. You're born in the middle of June.
And you're born kind
End
of towards
of
the end of
September.
September. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's 5 months.
So if you want to get me a birthday present, my
you know what
birthday's
I
in
was going to
June.
say? If you want to buy me a pair of Chuck Taylors, I will wear it. I will call
Get
you
him-
out on
he
the
wears
show.
a size 6.
Wears a size
6.
9.5.
6. Get him size 6.
I don't want no used ones. I don't want no used ones. Size 9.5. Chuck Taylor.
Is there any kind of Chuck? I was going to
I
ask
like
you
high
about
tops.
that.
I like high tops. Chuck Taylor high tops.
Who was Chuck Taylor?
He was a basketball player.
Was he?
Chuck Taylor's as thin and all that as those shoes are. Those were basketball shoes.
Well, I
back in
knew
the day.
that, but I
Chuck
didn't know who he was.
He
I
was a
just didn't know-
basketball player, but I forget. Ask your telephone who Chuck Taylor, the basketball player, played for.
Okay. Is that messing up again?
Yeah, but it went back.
Okay. Who is Chuck Taylor and what team did he play for? Okay, we'll see what he says. Problem is your internet doesn't work very good back here.
Internet. Crossed internet.
He was a semi-pro player. He wasn't a pro player.
Okay.
Semi-pro player, and he played for the Akron Firestones.
What year was that? 20s or 40s or something?
Let's see. His influence was back in the 20s because the All-Star sneakers came out in 1932.
And I guess he was their first endorsement.
I'd rather have Magic Johnson.
Than Larry Bird.
No.
No.
Well, I'd rather have Larry Bird than Chuck Taylor. How come they don't have Converse Larry Birds?
I think they probably did, or maybe they were Nike.
Is that who?
It's whoever they go with. They're not loyal like me. They go with whoever pays the most money. I'm a pretty loyal fella.
So if Adidas came and says, Ricky, we'd like for you to wear Adidas.
Where's my money?
And they said, we'll give you.
Where's my money?
Wait a minute. I'm headed somewhere. We'll give you $1 to wear Adidas.
I'll take it. No, I'm a Cuck Taylor guy.
What if they said, we'll give you $2 million?
Where's my Adidas?
Okay. Now we understand what you are.
Yeah, we understand that I'm a sellout. We're just trying to negotiate.
You're a whore.
Price.
We're just negotiating price.
That's a Pretty Woman.
Yeah. I love that show.
I saw it once. Was enough for me.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Are we quitting or what are we doing?
Yeah, I just thought of something stupid, but
well,
it's...
go ahead.
No, they get... Do you know what this means? NSFW.
What?
I had to look it up a long time ago. NSSW. When you see something that says NSFW, not suitable for work.
Okay, what's not suitable for work?
This is work, I can't tell you. I'll tell you when we hang up on our public. Hey, we're blurry again. Ooh, you look better blurry, Joe. Wave your arms and let's get out of here.
Do I look thinner, blurry?
Yeah, you look thinner.
Okay. You know, that's why I wore white. You look, I did wrong.
Yeah,
You're supposed to wear dark colors to look thinner.
Yeah.
White makes you look bigger.
You're backwards.
I was close.
All right, this has been the Rick and Joe T World Report.
Okay.
We talked about some worldly subjects.
Sorry for the blurriness.
Sorry for the blurriness. Bester will have to work on that.
Let us know if you like the blurry or the focus better.
So the other day, just to prove my point about the Asian women,
Yeah.
they're in the bank. There was an Asian woman that was at one of the desks. Couldn't take her eyes off of me. I'm not kidding either. You're blurry. Maybe it's every time we tell a whopper it goes blurry.
Could be. Okay.
This is the Rick and Joe T World Report.
We'll do better next time, I promise.
Yeah, I may bring Bessler in as a guest and we'll grill him.
Yeah. Why isn't this working, Bessler?
Yeah, it I don't know. Okay, gotta go. We'll see y'all next time. Love you, Alice.
See ya.
Bye.
Tune in, rev it up, let's take a spin. The World Report's where the fun begins. From handlebars to world affairs, Rick and Joe are taking you there. It's the ride of your life, come on, don't hide. Rick and Joe, it's a wild, wild ride.